Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you for clicking. This is episode 18 on Mr. James's project. This project is located at Tema 25, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the first floor superstructure. So, in your view, it's a 3D. When we say 3D for the purposes of education, means 3 dimension. So you can have a pictorial view of a 3 dimension, 3 different dimensions: the left elevation, right elevation, the front view, the roof plan, the back view. You understand? And that is the purposes of a 3D. A 3D gives you an idea of the aftermath when your house is completed, how it's supposed to look like. You understand? So you could have a fair idea. So should you want to make any changes, at least you know where to tackle it from. You understand? And that is why having a 3D is very, very necessary. If you try to do your own thing on a Photoshop, that's fine. But get a real architect and a qualified architect to design your house for you, get you a 3D, and then also ensure that whatever you're putting in there is feasible. Okay, it shouldn't be so superstitious. You understand? And then also you have to look at your budget. So whenever you pick a design from online and you try to infuse that into a design, make sure that you know how much it's going to cost. Most people have infused designs they've seen from other projects, and when it gets to the estimate, they begin to complain because they didn't know it was going to cost that much. You understand? So please verify, ensure that you can afford it before you go ahead and infuse it into your design. It's very, very important to note that. So we are back at Mr. James's project, and the first floor superstructure block work continues. We are using 5 inches hollow block. Okay, yes, it's a quarry dust. And then also the iron rods, I think we're using 14 mm. I remember 14 mm. Okay, for the iron rods. All right. And apart from that, I think everything is normal when it comes to the block work. So here we just have to lay the blocks per the specification, ensure that the windows are wide enough for enough ventilation. Okay, yes, this is a balcony. The pillars are big enough so that it can hold the block work once the concrete is cast. Okay, so these are the necessary key areas. I indicated in episode 17 that some pillars have been displaced, and those pillars will be cranked based on the distance. Okay, the reason to that is because of some few changes that were orchestrated at the first floor. You understand? We did so many changes, repositioning of rooms and bathrooms, and that has caused to that deviation from the existing or the original pillar position to a new pillar position. You understand? So in your view, you can see that all the pillars have been positioned. The steel bender did a wonderful job. Okay, all the pillars, they've been lapped. Okay, yes. And so what we have to wait for right now is wait for the block work to get to the level of 12 course. And then once it reaches the appreciable height, the carpenter will come and do the boarding. And then after boarding, we're going to do our casting. So you can see that the house is taking shape. The house is literally taking shape. Yeah, it's looking so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. So I can't wait. I can't wait when I see progress being made on houses that I am part of. It makes me feel so happy. So a time will come, I'll be walking the whole street of some area. When I go to Pram Pram, I can say, man, I was part of this project. Okay, I built this house. And then when I go to Dawenia, I will say I built this house. When I go to Elmina, I say I was part of this. If I go to Tema, I will say I'm part of this. Man, I am a walking miracle man. I'm a walking miracle man, a walking builder. So inspiring. You understand? Yes. Sometimes you have to play a major role in the lives of people that brings a positive income. You understand? Or positive impact. Are you with me? Yes, you should be able to play that role that people will forever remember you for. And that is exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Yes. I've been able to help Mr. James, achieve his dream. Yes. Just by watching my channel, he learned so much. He's actually learned so much that he is able to project manage his dream house. And that alone is interesting. That alone for me is very, very interesting. I really appreciate that so much. I really appreciate that. Mr. Steven is the one on the project, very knowledgeable, very skillful. In case there's any error, he's able to, foresee the error and find a better solution for it. And for me, that is the kind of mason you need. You need a mason that is practically sound, practically and technically, because some people have given the name engineer, but when it comes to the technicality, you don't get it. They can only talk. There are a lot of people who talk, a lot of them on the channel. They can talk and talk and talk, but when it comes to practicality, the technical know-how, how to turn things around, they don't know it. And that is what we do. You understand? Based on the experiences gained over the years, we've been able to maneuver in terms of when we face challenges. You understand? What is the best solution? Yes, how to turn things around. We've been able to do that. And Stephen is one of the best. Yes. He takes his time, read the plan, and foresees that, okay, if I continue with this measurement, it's not going to end well. And for that matter, let's do some reduction. Let's do X, Y, Z. You understand? And that for me is very, very important when you have such a person on a project. It's not other mason that just follow the plan. They just build and build and build and build. We are say, send you a plan, and that alone is a layman's talk. You understand? Yeah, the plan is saying something. It could be an oversight, and therefore you as a mason should have that knowledge, okay, to see that, okay, when I space this portion apart, it will create enough space for me to be able to walk around, look at the windows and say, okay, these windows are smaller. Let me do it this way by doing some adjustment. You understand? And all the windows should be symmetrical to that of the ground floor. They should marry. They should be in parallel. You understand? So all these are very, very important. All these are very, very important to ensuring that, you don't end up doing anything that will cost you lots of money in the future. Lots of money in the future. So block works are coming up nicely, and I love it. I really love it. So from here, we can start, the carpenter can come in and start doing the boarding. As you can see, Mr. James's house is up already. We use, I think, a week, yes, to raise the entire structure. Okay, and that's one, important thing about DSC. Once we come on the project, we don't waste time. You understand? Because when you Call a laborer yourself, call a carpenter somewhere. The mason will say, oh, meba, mami ene, mami ochina, next week, meba. No, that kind of headache. Once we come, we give you a date, we are there. And we work, make sure we don't know Saturday, we don't know Sunday, we don't know Monday. We just work. We work, make sure that if it is a week, we are done. You understand? So I prefer all materials are available. Workmanship is ready. There's water. There's accommodation available. Once we arrive, we hit the ground running. We don't joke at all. We don't joke at all. We make sure that the work gets done. You understand? My carpenters are on standby 24/7. Okay, I have two carpenters, Mr. Samuel Edu and Joshua Adam. They are on standby. Our steel bender, superb, fantastic steel bender. Are you with me? Yes. All these help in ensuring that the project goes on successfully. Okay, the project goes on successfully. And that is one thing I am so happy about, that I've been able to find all these artisans who are honest and trustworthy. I'll be coming your way with episode 19, where we did the boarding of the pillars and casting as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, share it to your friends. From me to you, shalom, God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.